So this was definitely a major calm compared to episode one, okay? Because which I'm like, part of me was just like, okay, what could possibly happen on episode two? Because things definitely already hit the fan enough on episode one. So, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl Ash. Thanks again for always coming back here and checking your girl out. Okay, so we are doing, y'all know what y'all came to hear me do. We are here for Teen Mom, their family reunion. Everybody seems to be like doing this little family reunion thing right now. If you catch reality TV between MTV and VH1. So, with that being said, tonight's episode was Don't Rock the Boat. And when we get into it, they basically were coming down from the fight. It's still technically hype, but like we coming down from it. So just kind of like to even just to get into that like really quick, like um at this point, like they were, we were ending off with Ashley twerking and arguing and hollering because we know how she do, and Jade is over here, she going in. So basically, they've been separated. They're still, popping words to each other. I think Ashley was going doing good though. Ashley was really doing good. She was staying calm or whatever or whatnot. But I think she really just started to get triggered when when Jay just wouldn't let up or whatever. At this point, even Bree was like, look, Brianna. She was like, look, you the one looking crazy now. She doesn't even look bothered. You're the one looking bothered. Like, you just need to let it go or whatever or whatnot. And as well, the life coach, she was talking to Ashley like, hey, like, you handled this well. I love how you took the accountability, but you just have to maintain in that. You have to stay in that space and not get triggered, not allow, not basically allow someone else to cause you to react or whatever or whatnot. Like, you just have to hold on to that. But either way, it finally, just got over. They didn't fight, thankfully. Like, I don't think nobody really was going to let them fight. Like, that just wasn't even going to happen or whatever, or whatnot. But basically, so everybody wakes up, talking about how crazy, the night before was. And Jade, if anything, she's like kind of like really apologetic. She's real, like, if anything, like, I ain't gonna say she said she made a fool of herself, but she was just apologetic and upset with herself that she had let herself even just get to that point. Ashley, on the other hand, she's like, she still is in fight mode. She still like, so we're gonna square up for what? So we gonna square up for what? But at the same time, proud of herself that that she did handle it well for the most part. She did handle it well. Like let's just be perfectly honest. She did handle it well. So like honestly, y'all, like this episode was so calm. Like it shouldn't be a long one. And then it's just like it was just a lot of stuff that just wasn't really like catching because I really be trying to like just focus on the parts that just be like whoa, like we gotta talk about that. But sometimes I get to rambling and I get to go on and on and on. But so nonetheless, let's just go ahead and just get down to this event that basically that Macy is having, hosting, holding. So, like the other reunions, if you're watching the other reunions, so each person will hold an event for each, for like each day. So Macy's first day was today, and she did like a basically like a team building. Like if you watch the challenge, it's literally something that's like on the challenge. That's my show. I feel like that's definitely something I want to recap next, so stay tuned for that if that's something you want to see. But we're focusing. I know, y'all. Tell me to focus. I'm focusing. So either way, everybody's coming off, still talking about the drama. They just want things to be calm, whatever, whatever, whatever. So, Jade feels like that at the end of the day, she still feels like, her apology was fake, condescending, and but, the OGs just want them to get along. Like, we just want to have a good day. Like, at this point, like, it's it's really stupid what they're even arguing about at this point. Like, you made me feel some type of way because of something you said on social media, back and forth. Like, really, that's all that I said. But either way, like I said, she's she's holding her little event. It's like a little team building slash challenge exercise, but with just not as much craziness. But anyway, either who, because I'm rambling already. Basically, they went in like two different heats, and then they were going to be paired up with someone, and one person is going to give directions, and the other person is going to be blindfolded with the or, if that's necessarily what you want to call it. I don't know if it's technically called an oar, but technically it is an oar, right? When it's like a riverboat or whatever. So anywho, so of course, nonetheless, who ends up being partners? Like, they really even should have known. They should have expected that they were going to end up being partners in this whole thing, because one, y'all have the issues here. Y'all just came fresh off of a huge, big argument. Like, yeah, we about to pair y'all up. So I think what Cheyenne and Brianna were like paired up together, and then Leah and Amber were paired up together, and what's these babies' names, y'all? It's so many of them. Like, I know their names. When I be thinking about them off top, it'd be like, wait a minute, who, what, when, where. So we were just really talking about them, Jade and Ashley. So they're partners, for the first heat or whatever, whatnot. And then we got the second heat, and that was Macy and Gary were partners. Bar and Zach were partners, and then that left with who's left? Oh, the friend and Brittany and Child, whatever partners. So yeah, that was just pretty amusing, and I really wish though that they would have like really hit on Ashley and Jade's, like, how they really were interacting, how they were getting along, how they were doing, because it really didn't. Like, obviously we see they have like a little mishap, and they kind of like hit a boat. I mean, they like hit rocks or whatever. Oh no, they were like going in the wrong direction and were about to hit something, and they managed to steer it back. But you could tell either way they were like both awkward about it, and then like, but either way, like, even in the end they were both kind of just like, it went good, whatever, she did good, she did good, you know, cool, whatever. Second heat, Bar and Zach end up in the water, but nonetheless, Macy and Gary wins. Why was they cracking? Like, no, it won't even they. Here goes Cheyenne in the what is this? She in the interview talking about some. I know her arms or that boot had to be heavy. I can't believe it, something like that. I'm like, don't do that, because shout out. Let's do that real quick. Shout out to Gary, because Gary definitely getting on his health stuff and just being about just more healthy. Like, y'all, I know y'all noticed that Gary definitely has dropped the weight. Obviously, he's still heavy, but he's definitely, dropped weight. So I'm here for Gary. Proud of you, for just wanting to, just to get healthier and better for yourself, for your family, for your kids, all that good stuff or whatever or whatnot. So they won the second heat, and basically what they win is like a private dinner, or like a secluded dinner or lunch or whatever, something like that. Um, yeah. So that was cool. Like, what really can you say about that more than that, right? All right, so we make it through that little event, and then Ashley, the Coach Cheyenne, she comes back, and she's, again, just having another moment, with the moms. And like, Ashley is just like, I just kind of want to understand, like, I guess now at this point, like, she's just riled up, and now that that's point, she tried to remain calm, she got riled up, now she's still taking a little bit of a while to come down. Sis is still like, I mean, what you want to do? My guard is up, we can fight. Do you still want to fight? Like, I don't know if she's gonna try to like come out of nowhere and like do something or whatever or whatnot, which I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, like I feel like in the next moment or whatever with the coach or whatever whatnot, she wanted to do, kind of, another exercise, but kind of doing a switcher on it, on where you say something, positive about yourself, and if that resonates with you, or that's something you can agree with, everybody's going to stand up, or what excuse me, not everybody, but you stand up or whatnot. And you can even just tell, even like just even in the body language and just as the way that they are, that Jade is, like she said, she realizing that she want to move on, whatever, whatever. Like it is what it is. She, apologizes or whatever, whatnot. Even though she still thought that her apology was fake. I'm gonna kill my son. Yo yo. So yeah, so she, she even, apologizes to everybody, and that did nothing but just piss Ashley off, because Ashley's like, what do you mean? What are you apologizing to everybody else for? That's like apologizing to the air. You should be apologizing to me. I'm the one that you. But okay, let's think about this, Ashley. Technically, this event is not just for y'all, it's for everybody. All these people are here, so to a degree she did everybody owe an apology, because everybody else was affected because of y'all stuff. Now, y'all not in the best of places. So granted, you were in the y'all. You were in the y'all. She might not have referred to you separately. And maybe if y'all were in a different place, and maybe if your body language was a little bit different, she might have felt like open to, let's be honest, like Ashley can be looking intimidating sometimes. Let's be clear though. I'm not saying that she scared me, but it's just like, if people don't know you, and if somebody like don't like anybody gonna know how to take you, if off top you looking like, I'm gonna fight off site, no matter if I know you or not, if you're a stranger or not. Like so she apologizes, and what balls me is she basically turns around and says the same thing that Jade says about her. How y'all both are trying to grow and get this growth, and then y'all both feel like y'all apologies are fake and not real for whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, can we get past that? Like, I don't know, maybe because it's just not me, and I just don't like. I don't think, I don't want to put them even in a category like that, because one, like, I don't like beating down another next woman. Like for one, like that's just me. So if anything, if y'all see my social media, I'm definitely pumping up another woman for sure, telling her how fine she is, how good she look, how good her butt looks, like all that good stuff. I'm pumping up my good sis. So even let's just say if we are in like confusion and confrontation, like, and hey, as well, it could be just Libra in me too, or whatever. And then I'm not a fighter, so that's probably like what it is. Like, I'm more of like, and as well, even probably, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I was never a fighter, and then it was more just like I got more. And then when I started to like get family, kids and stuff, it's like I have stuff to lose than to be out here fighting over some childish stuff. Like, I'm gonna fight you just for me to possibly get locked up and then prove what? That I can fight, that I beat your butt, and then you just gonna wanna come back and fight me, because either way, like, I just don't see like a point in fighting physically. Like, tell me what that causes. Like, cause somebody's ego is gonna be hurt. Somebody gonna want to shoot the one again, because but don't get it confused. Cause ain't nobody ready to walk over me. And you, just because I'm not a fighter, don't mean I will not fight. Let's be clear about that. Fighting is just like, though, it's ratchet to me. Let's be honest, it's ratchet and it's ghetto. I said it. So anyway, moving on. So they're doing this exercise, and immediately Ashley is not particularly open, and I'm talking, y'all should see me, y'all, I'm talking to her through the episode like, come on, Ash, come on, like, look at you, you shut down now, let's bring that back up, like, come on. But by the time we got to like the next person, she was like, all right, I'm gonna pull through. I'm put my bigger panties on. Like, you could even just tell in her face that maybe she did not, still did not want to participate, but it was still like probably talking to her in her head like, come on, push through this. This is what you came here for. Like, don't let this. At least I'm hoping these are things that she's talking to inside her head, because that's what I would be saying to me. So what I could not, what I was waiting for was, because I knew that, because of the setting and the previews, that this was the episode where Amber, you know, basically does not stand up because she feels like that she's not a good mom. And y'all, I really, Amber touched me. I got it. Amber just touched me, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm very hard on Amber. I'm very hard on Amber, especially when it comes to Leah and her doing the things that her daughter is clearly seeing. Her daughter is seeing as an issue with her mother, and I'm wanting her to fix it. And sometimes I feel like she points fingers and post blame, when it's like, no, this is between you and your daughter. This ain't got nothing to do with Christina. This ain't got nothing to do with Gary. This is you and this is her. And as well, I feel like she gets stuck in her own thoughts. And even as me as a mom, I have to remind myself that my experience is not my child's experience. Like, even now, and I learned a lot from Ayana. Boy, I fixed my life. So even now, just when my daughter will basically say things like, "Oh, I don't," basically like showing differences in how I treat her and my son, who's 5 year difference. So to a degree, I have to, but nonetheless, she basically will feel like he might get more of my attention, or he da 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 da. Now in my mind, I'm like, well, you're the non-affectionate one. He's my affectionate child. When I do try to be affectionate with you, da da da. But nonetheless, that's her experience. That's her experience with me. So all that I can do is try to do better and not make excuses, such as saying, well, you're not affectionate as him, and da 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 da. No, I have to take it what's in. Now, sometimes, yes, when I know that we've talked about things that I know for sure that I've progressed on, maybe I haven't like perfected it, but I know that I'm consistently working on to get better at, then yes, sometimes I point it out, whether that's right or wrong or whatever or whatnot. But that's what I hated seeing in the actual Teen Mom OG episodes, were her feeling like, I did do this, but I was there, but I was there, but I was there. But baby, you weren't. To her, you were not. And really, that's all that matters. Is them and their perspective. And because at the end of the day, we're trying to bring them up to not have the trauma that we have and the issues that we have. And it's not to say that we're going to be able to prevent everything, but if you can do something. So when she did not stand up, and really actually finally hearing her talk about her side, basically really just really addressing the things that I didn't hear her say in Teen Mom OG. And it was refreshing. At the same time, it was heartbreaking, because one, I won't say never have I will, because we're all 1 foot from being on the other side or whatever whatnot. It's what I honestly feel like. We're all one step from being on the other side. But at the same time, I have not experienced the things that she experienced. I've not been through the things that she has been through or whatever, whatnot. So on the other side of me, I had to really be compassionate for her and give her grace or whatever or whatnot, because she's really doing the best that she can, especially when you have mental. I want to say capabilities. I don't know if that's the right word, but and I don't want to say mental issues, because issues definitely makes it sound like so negative or whatever whatnot, and that's not what I'm trying to put off. But with all that she basically just has to deal with, and then it can't be easy. And I, for one, I don't deal with depression. I've been in some low moments, and I'm not bipolar, so I cannot imagine even. Wow, yes, I'm like, get your off of social media, going live, talking about this business and da 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 for your daughter's sake. For her, it's that's the compulsiveness, that's the erratic, that's the behavior of someone who is bipolar. So like, for her to really feel like that she's not a good mom, because at the end of the day, she's doing right. She did make mistakes. As mom, we make mistakes, no matter how big or how small. We make mistakes, and sometimes even the smallest mistakes can make big impacts on our children. So I just felt for her, and I love that the girls, of course, you know, supported her, was there for her, um, and like, hey, like, the coach reaffirming her, saying, well, asking the right questions, and her friends like, but you like, it, y'all, it was. Y'all know when I can't get articulate my words, that's how you know, like I done felt it or whatever or whatnot. So that was a moment, and Ashley had said some things to her or whatever or whatnot that basically kind of gave her a different outlook and another kind of, I guess, like a way to like see it and look at it or whatever or whatnot. Like, while it may not seem like it, like for me, if my dad would have did these things, and while right, Leah may not see it, she might understand it right now, she might not feel like, oh well, in the future she'd be like, I'm glad she took those classes, I'm glad she did this, I'm glad she did that, because that would be the reason that we have the relationship. So I think this episode Death is going to give me grace towards Amber more, and just being just more compassionate for her, because this part really just touched me. It really just hit me hard, y'all. Speaking of that, with that even being said, so Macy, Gary, Cheyenne, and Brianna, remember they won the little private luncheon date or whatever or whatnot, which my girl Cheyenne, unfortunately, she couldn't go because she needed the pump. So the situation, the talk with the coach had came up, to Gary, and as well, cause Gary, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, Gary can make me even madder sometimes, because like it's funny, cause I'll be sitting here mad at Leah. I mean, I'll be mad at Amber, and then be sitting here mad at Gary because he ain't giving Amber the grace that she need. Like so. From him going to therapy with her, you can definitely see that there has been some growth, that there's some understanding, and even then, I have to remember to give Gary that grace, because everybody doesn't understand mental illness. They don't. They just don't. And I just seen as Gary is one of those people, and it sounded harsh. It sounded rough. It sounded effed up a lot of the times when he would be talking about it and talking about her in the same sentence. Like, I absolutely hated him for it. So him going to therapy with her, and then as well finally being open to putting, like Leah in therapy, like, and as well, I had to put myself in his shoes, because while, again, all our issues aren't the same, but we have experiences where we have to figure out, okay, should I respect my child's wishes, or is the circumstance where I need to pull rank and I need to make some moves or some different, like whatever, whatever. And in this circumstance, I particularly felt like he needed to pull rank. I felt like he needed to pull rank when it came to Leah. Yes, she needs to get into therapy, whether she knows or not. She's freaking 11, 12 years old. What does she know about whether she needs therapy or not? Okay, let's start there. And then two, yes, I very well feel like that Leah and Amber need to be in therapy together. Now, granted, if we need to let her do the therapy separate by herself, and like like Bentley, they do that therapy and then they work up to getting the parent in on the sessions, I'm cool with that. But because of that breakdown, they have to get some level of therapy together. But as well, they definitely did therapy apart. Amber's clearly getting the therapy. Now Leah's getting that therapy. So let's continue to work into that, and then eventually start to incorporate them getting that therapy together, because that's, but I get it. With that being said, I get it. Even though it pissed me off a lot with Gary because of his ignorance in it, or whatnot, when it comes to therapy and mental illness or whatever or whatnot. And I think this him not really understanding the depth of the issues that this little girl is going to have with her mom, or is having with her mom, and is going to continue to have if we don't try to do something about this now. Because what's going to happen is if about healing, about trauma, it's going to play out, and not only with her mom, it's going to play out in her other relationships, whether it be with other females or be with men. Hence Jade. Y'all let me know if y'all caught that or not. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I see the pathology with with her mom, and then she gets with a guy who's a drug addict, and essentially in a way treats her the same way that her mom treats her. Anywho, so nonetheless, like that was a good conversation. Even Gary just saying like, hey, like it was rough. It was me just trying to understand, like, hey, and even wanting the insight from them, and like I just respected Gary, and I hope that he just continues on that track, and he continues to fall with that. So getting off of that, because I feel like I done rambled on for that for so long now. Getting down to this nitty gritty here. So Brianna has, she been saying, and she's been saying that basically she regrets bringing up the whole fakeness comment because whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning I was like, yeah, okay, but okay, just stop it, Ashley. Let it. Okay, she very well could have, genuinely obviously did not want to go this far because it did go far. So basically, in the end, she ends up pulling up, with Ashley, because at the end of the day, their beef was literally just on some like little small stuff. Like their beef is by far anywhere like her and Jade's. So basically Brianna's like, look, I'm cool with you. You got a cool vibe. Like I'm good. Like, I'm not even on none of that mess that we had, none of that drama. Ashley's like basically like, the same. But Brianna's like, at this point, what can we do to kind of like fix this issue or fix this tension? Not It's not even fix. It's kind of like get y'all in an okay space to be in the same surroundings and it not be just a whole bunch of mess or whatever or whatnot. And I was just like, okay, I can dig it. I can feel it because, like I'm not for walking around on eggshells. Like she, she's saying she didn't come here to fight. Jay's saying she didn't come here to fight. So why y'all both? But it's just a map because nobody wants to be punked. Nobody wants to be bead or whatever or whatnot. And ego. The female ego can be just as bad as the man's ego, especially when it comes to another woman. That's just my opinion. Take it how you want it, but I feel like women get that ego when it comes to when it comes to another female. That's just my take on it. Whatever, take it how you want it or whatever, whatnot. But either way, so Jade ends up happening, to come up in the conversation. It happens to be coming up, walking up. And of course, Chow is just like, in the cut. Like for a second, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad at her. Like she need to sit down, like whatever, whatever. But let's like, if it was my friend, I'd be right there too. Like I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. No, none pop off of my friend because I ain't gonna let none. Like I would be that too. I'd be like that. And as much as Jade and Brianna little fake friendship is like so fake to me, I'm a work in progress, y'all. Nonetheless, so either way, they managed to come to an understanding of like at the end of the day, we don't know each other. Y'all don't know me. Yes, I'm the sweetest person from Ashley. I'm the sweetest person on the flip side. Yes, I'm a bit. I'm a bit. And unfortunately, y'all got a lot of the best side of me instead of this good side of me. We're here on this trip, for a long time, and like I don't want to be on this trip walking around on eggshells, walking around like with all this animosity, this tension. And Jade is just feeling like at the end of the day, I just feel like you were trying to downplay the situation, downplay how I was feeling, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I wanted you to be accountable and be like, yeah, I said it, yeah, I did it, whatever, whatever, whatever. So cool, 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 y'all. So hopefully going forward, this is nothing but good laughs, good. I don't know. Can we really be honest to say that possibly no more drama is gonna happen until Farrah shows up, because we know when Farrah shows up, oh, it's going to be given. Oh, it's going to be given. Farrah's definitely going to bring some stuff with her. If you don't know, Farrah's definitely going to bring it. So I just hope we got some nice laughs, some good times. But okay, y'all. It's a couple of minutes shorter than what it was earlier. See, that's what I think. What gets me every time is my rambling. Is when I'm talking about personal experiences and revelating. That is so not a word. Referencing my personal experiences to their personal experiences, but that's my commentary. That's what my commentary looks like. So, um, yeah, I'm just ready to kind of see like what's gonna happen, next week, what we got coming, when is Fair gonna show up. I think Leah's event is what's happening next week. When her boo gonna come, when some of the other mambas gonna come. No, no, we are, y'all. Yes, because one thing about it, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say when it comes to Brianna and Devon. And Devon is coming, and we getting into their stuff. And y'all, even Brianna, this calm, collected, not seeing Brianna do nothing but fuss about her baby daddies all the time like that. It almost got me like I could like Brianna. Like I could, y'all. Like I'm a Libra. Like we like everybody. Like it's the other stuff that begin. But like so, I rambled on enough. Let's go ahead. If you've made it this far, please go ahead and like this video. Show this video some love. Like y'all have no idea how much liking a video definitely helps. Okay, for one, it's like so other people know that okay, this video was liked. It could be likable. It could be, watchable. That's the word that I actually mean. But yes, y'all gotta like the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you love to see me doing these recaps. I do other TV recaps as well. It's thrown in there some of my family content and fashion lifestyle type content. All that goody stuff. Like I like to say, I am the niche, okay? That's why the channel is called Ash Land, because it's my land and we do whatever I want here in my land. But y'all, hope you enjoyed the video and y'all catch me back and see y'all next week. All right?